Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be watching Hellbound, Episode 1, Season 1. Is it better than Squid Game? That's what I've been hearing lately. I saw a little post today. It's a new Korean series. It's been out about a week. Directed, apparently, by the same person who directed Train to Busan, which is also on my list. Will also be on my channel at some point. I would have done it for Halloween, but I did Saw 4 instead. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. So yeah, the talk around town seems to be, I don't know, I've not been around town, I'll be honest with you. It's all online nowadays, isn't it? It's a bit sad. Anyway, it makes me sound so old. I'm actually not a boomer. I'm a millennial. Is that worse? I don't know anymore. But yeah, the word around town is that it's been compared to Squid Game, which, you know, we are simple people. I think everyone just kind of collectively went, Korean series. Korean series, and compared them, and that's how the world works, basically. Yeah, so everyone's like, I think it's doing really well. It seems to be. I don't know if it's quite reached the hype levels of Squid Game yet, but anyway, as we all know, my channel is the place to get the word. I am the authority. And if you don't believe that, you can. Do you know what? That's fine, because opinions are fine. And if we have different opinions, it's okay. I'm just a guy on the internet with, by the way, a little bit of a sore throat. So if I do sound a bit ragged, that's why. Without further ado, enough said. And let's just get into it. I don't really know anything about it, actually. Hang on. The tagline is, horrified bystanders watch as otherworldly beasts chase down and kill a man. Jesus. In broad daylight, Jung Jin-soo declares that only sinners are sent... Ooh, okay. Only sinners are sent to hell. Christian theme, then. We'll see how that goes down. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's find out. Let's compare. See which is better. I'll let you know which I prefer, and we'll go from there, and that will be the truth. Make me want a coffee. It's not good. It's quite late. Do you know what? I don't want to know when I die. No. You know when people are like, if you could find out, would you? No, never. No, I'd be constantly waiting for the piano that's going to knock me on the head and just kill. Do you know what I mean? Although, to be fair, if that was the way that I was going to go, that's quite rare, isn't it? I would like it for the unique nature. However, I'd be terrified of pianos. Terrified. Ooh. They're big devil gorillas. Okay.
이 사람 유튜브 채널 가면 증거 영상도 엄청 많아.
And as we all know, YouTube channels are where you go for the truth. See? These guys know. Oh, this guy's been told, isn't he? Is he close? Is he going to die? He's going to die. Oh, no. Buddy. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible, isn't it? Coffee to the face. You can't die from... Oh. He's going to get really nonchalant about it. Yep. Oh, you ain't getting off from that. Oh, he did. Oh! I'd be happy with that. Good performance, mate. Good performance. Kind of cagey CGI, innit? I tell you what, he's got way further than I thought he would. These apes are slow. God damn. They are not efficient killers. Just get it over with. Oh, and there he goes to hell. Okay. That looks quite cool. That does look cool, actually, to be fair to him. I feel like the smoky effect helps the CGI out, but... Do you know what, though? I'm interested to see where the show goes from here, because it's like, okay. Because, you know, it's like, what's the purpose of it? Why are they here now? What's the whole thing of sending them to hell? Do you know what? Strong opener. It's intriguing. I don't know if that was necessarily done in a way that was like, wow. Do you know what I mean? But hey, Squid Game was the slower start, but I think that helped it, you know? So we'll see. We'll see how that fares with Hellbound. Makes a bit of a scene and sits down like he's a cool guy. I don't know, man. If I'm sat in that room and some guy's like making a ruckus behind me, I'd be like, shh! Oi! Dickhead! Do you know what I mean? It's annoying. We're all watching a presentation. This guy's prepared this. He's put some time into it. Like, give him his time. Give him his moment. Don't ruin that. That's pretty fit. That's physical evidence, man. That's a skeleton.
야, 진경 핸드폰 그만 봐 임마.
Good. Tell him off. Good.
방송들, 인터넷 다 이 사건 얘기만 하고 있어. 모두 정신 차리고 수사해야 돼.
Oh, Calm down, mate.
맞긴 한 거예요.
일단 잡아.
Wow. This guy's a hard ass, man. This guy saw a video in which Demon Ape came and just wrecked this guy. And he's like, I don't want to hear excuses. You bring them in. But sir, they're quite big. I don't care. I don't care. I look around this room, all I see is people slacking. This guy, man.
너 현장 다니는 거 힘들면 언제든지 얘기해.
Has he been through a rough time? Okay. Okay.
다니든가.
Do you know what? That was fair. That was fair by the chief. This chief guy, he's mercurial. I don't know what he's about.
특정 인물에게 나타나서 죽을 시간을 예언하고 그 시간이 되면
Do you know, I'm curious. So, Squid Game went into the nuances, I guess, of capitalism and money and the rich and the poor and all that stuff. I think started a nice discussion. And so it's interesting. I wonder if this is going to go deeper into the nuances, I guess, of Christianity, or whether it's just going to be surface level and it is just going to be using kind of hell, heaven, angels, demons, that kind of thing for like the aesthetic and flavour. Do you know what I mean? Or whether they're going to go into maybe more of a commentary on Christianity.
죽여버려도 시원찮을 것들 검거에다 놓으면 증거 불충분이나 심신미약에는 온갖
Ooh, a little commentary on the justice system. Does happen though? Does happen?
경찰은 잡는 거야. 나쁜 놈을 죽였든 착한 놈을 죽였든.
Fair. Simple.
없어. 목격자 얘기로는
Wait, what? Don't like that. Don't like the sound of that at all.
정확히 5시간 후의 영상입니다.
I mean, okay, so there's clearly something going on, but whether it's Christianity and devils and demons and stuff, do you know what I mean? These guys have definitely inserted their own narrative around it, so we'll see.
다수의 폭행 사기 전과를 가진 사람이었습니다.
And you know what? It's setting up the groundwork, I think, for like a nice kind of discussion about the grey area of crime and punishment. It brings up that argument, I guess, of are the demons doing anything wrong? It's kind of that mindset of good riddance to the people that are dying and getting murdered, and where you come down on that, and is that okay or is it not, in your opinion? And it starts that discussion of, I guess, capital punishment and that kind of thing, and which is interesting.
너희는 더 정의로워야 한다.
Oof, dangerous.
수사 중인데요.
살인 사건이에요.
Oh, come on. Okay, interesting. So this guy doesn't see it as
말씀하시는군요.
murder. Yeah, right. So he's calling it a demonstrate. Interesting. Cool.
제가 뭘 도와드릴까요?
What? Is it his daughter? Yep. The emotional connection.
희정 씨 아버님이 경찰이란 이야기는 들었는데 그래도 아버님이 불편하시다니까 우리 희정 씨 자원봉사는 자제하라고 말씀드릴게요.
Very reasonable.
죄송한데 제가 인터뷰 일정이 있어서요. 이동하면서 대화 나누실까요?
I kind of like this guy. I'm not saying I agree with him on everything, but I kind of like this guy. This is good. It's setting up characters and laying those foundations for these things going forward.
회원님들이 마련해 주신 차가 웬만하면 그냥 이렇게 대중교통 이용합니다.
Okay, he's very saintly. A little bit skeptical, I'll be honest. Slightly unoriginal. But hey, it's been played quite well. So, whatever.
철이 들고 나서는 죽고 싶었어요.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Interesting. Interesting nuance to his character. I'd see that and I'd slowly back away.
그때가 제 삶의 의미가 처음 부여.
Sorry, hang on. You saw that. No context at all. None. You're just walking through the desert, minding your own business. You come across that and you're like, this makes sense to me. What? No! No, sir. No. No. You can't create your own truth out of that. You see like big infernal death apes just lighting up a guy, and then there's a skeleton there, and then they run past. Okay, no, I should shut up. Hang on. Let's let him finish.
그러고 보니
10 years. Okay, so it took him a while. He thought about it for a little bit. Fine.
희정 씨에게 들었어요.
Oh, are you gonna get personal there?
아내분이
No. Hey,
배당한 사건.
excuse you.
그 사례범은 지금 뭘 하고 있을까요? 사람의 자율성이 만든 법 체계가 정말 정의롭다고 생각하세요?
So interesting. That did a couple of things. Showed us that this guy's a little bit manipulative, because that was below the belt. That wasn't particularly kind. So it's shown us a little bit more about his character, but it has also put words to the idea that these rules that we have, these man-made rules, which they are, he's not lying, are flawed. Which, again, an interesting argument to be made. I'm not necessarily saying that I disagree with him. I don't know if I necessarily agree with him fully either, but it's bringing that argument up, putting words to it, having two faces, two sides to that argument. And I think it is an interesting argument. I think it absolutely is. You know, it's kind of questioning society, I guess, in the same way that Squid Game was, in a different way, on a different subject, you know. And while there is that religious element, there is also that very kind of grounded element that I think audiences can just generally kind of have, like, engage with. You know, the idea of I think capital punishment is a very divisive thing. The idea of that, and for example, and our justice system and releasing these kinds of people, it's very divisive. It's very engaging, I think, as a topic. Cool, man.
형사님 아내분이 살해당한 사건.
Wonder if they're going to indoctrinate this guy, the cop. That'd be interesting. There's definitely going to be some element of the show playing with that, with his wife and the murderer going through. Okay, that was a little bit harsh to this guy at the beginning. Fine, he's allowed to be loud. He's allowed to be loud in the meeting, okay? So yeah, it's interesting. There is kind of a theme of feeling and emotion and dealing with that stuff. Because, you know, at the end of the day, this idea of these rules that we've made for ourselves, it's all to do with our opinion on emotions and the consequence of those emotions. You know, why do people murder? What did they feel? Did they feel anything? What is the judgment that we have all made on dealing with those people based on our emotions? You know, and then the police chief just there was like, "You've got to overcome this," which is like, it's very hard to do, but it's the idea of police guy, police daddy. Ooh, don't call him that. Overcoming an emotional situation that everyone would understand if he couldn't. If he went up to this guy and shot him, I feel like a lot of the audience would be like, I get it, I'd do the same. The show seems to be grappling with that idea, which I like. I really like that. I think as humans, for the most part, we are innately emotional, in my opinion. So dealing with that and having a show kind of, I guess, centered around that kind of thing, really interesting to me. 6 years for murder. That's not right. That's not right.
일찍 들어간디야.
Who's this? Oh dear Lord.
아직도 앉아?
Oh good, they're meant to be there.
짠.
Fine. Whew. Oh no. Shit. An ape? No, that is not an ape. Oh damn, what did she do? What did she do? Okay, this guy's extra, mate. I feel like if what we call morality is... That's the thing, isn't it? It's a question of, have we as humans created morality? Or does God, right? And it's like, if God's created morality, is it really even morality anymore? Because they're just... If someone else, another being has created that for us, that's just rules. And I guess morality is just rules that we've almost invented for ourselves. I feel like if we have legitimately been decreed to live by this code or these rules or these laws of morality by something else, I don't think that's necessarily the same thing. Because, I mean, I guess this is coming from a non-religious person, right? So I guess a religious person would think differently, and that's totally fine, obviously. But I always feel like, you know, I'm not religious, but I live by, you know, a certain code. And that's in the absence of religion. It's in the absence of God or whatever else, you know? It's like, I feel like we as humans have... at least a lot of us, maybe not everyone, has an innate idea of what's good and bad and what we would like to do or not like to do. Perhaps, and again, it goes deeper, perhaps that's based on our society and the rules that we have in our society and the rules that we've made up. But anyway, no, I feel like there is a bit of a distinction between laws passed down by God and, you know, innate moral feeling that we have within ourselves. I feel like there is a difference there. Anyway, not really much point to that. I just found that interesting as a distinction, to be honest. And I feel like it's kind of been highlighted in this show a little bit.
그런데 말입니다. 현 시점에
I thought it was going to be like, don't forget to like and subscribe. I know it's not YouTube, it's more like it's a stream, but whatever, you know what I mean. Hello guys, Edit Tyler here with a perfect segue into the you haven't subscribed to my channel yet part of the video. It has been brought to my attention that 82% of people watching are not subscribed currently to my channel. So if you are enjoying the video so far, please do consider clicking that sub button, hitting that bell button. With that said, thank you for listening and let's get back to the video.
불가사의한 일이 벌어지고 있다고
Right,
모두
exactly.
그것을 따라가려고 한다.
Exactly, this guy. So this guy is talking about the whole thing of things are happening and people are applying their own narrative to it, which I feel like is absolutely happening. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but I think something that is undeniable is that people have just applied their own narrative to it, which this guy is pointing out. I really like that the show is talking about that and pointing that out and is conscious of that. It gives me hope going forward that they are going to dive deeper into this stuff.
생각 자체를 하지 마, 이 새끼야.
See, this is the thing that I was just talking about. It's that warring of God's will and thinking for yourself and coming up with morals and morality yourself and being dictated to by a higher power, let's say.
아니 그렇게 말하면 막 지식인 같고 정의에서
And something like this, you see all the time of people taking the law into their own hands, and there are people like, good for him, good for her, good for them. So it's interesting. The show's hitting on so many of those points. I mean, his energy is way too high. Dear Lord, I'd be exhausted after 5 minutes of watching that. I ain't got that stamina.
아니 언론이 괴담을 바로잡을 생각을 해야지. 이 소리 듣는 거 아니야.
Get wrecked.
기레기나 견찰이나.
Oh boy, coming back with the fucking hot takes.
있을 정도는 아닌가 봐요.
Damn though, this is the thing. This author was just airing his opinion on everything.
나쁜 짓 하면 지옥 간다는 거 알아 몰라. 근데 지금 이렇게 하고 있는 게 이게
Yeah, but these guys don't think it was bad because they were righteously.
아저씨가 죄에 대해서 우리보다 다 잘 안다고 생각해요?
Ooh, yeah, see?
진짜로 뭐 신의 사자니 뭐니 그런 건 아니죠.
That's the question. Who's right and who's wrong? Interested though to find out. It's good. It's intriguing me in a lot of ways. I think Squid Game was a little bit subtler in the way that it kind of pushed its message across. It kind of showed rather than told, but they're not telling it in a bad way. And this is the thing. There are lots of. I'm curious about this lady. I feel like she's going to throw a spanner in the works because she seems like a very nice lady. She's looking after 2 kids. I don't know anything yet. She might be a crook. She might be a crook. Big old crook. I don't know. I wonder if she did something bad and under the pretense of or for a reason that was just and understandable and human. Do you know what I mean? I kind of want that to happen to add greyness, I guess, to the discussion, because at the moment it's very kind of they're all asking the question of like, what did the guy do, the guy at the beginning, how he died, like the guy that died, like what did he do? We need to find out. So I wonder, I feel like at some point hopefully they're gonna have someone, maybe this lady, who has done something that's very understandable, and yet obviously she's been condemned and to die, and maybe something's going to happen that basically means members of the cult are like, but hang on a minute, why did she die? It was understandable that she did that. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. I hope that happens.
체질배분들이 제가 고지를 받은 거라고.
From what I can tell so far, by the way, it doesn't really necessarily even seem to be God's will. It seems to be the devil's will. I mean, I'm just pointing it out, you know? Interesting. Yeah, this guy.
방송을 하고 싶대. 그 시연인가 하는 거를.
What? Right, I thought they were going to do a live broadcast of, I don't know, blessing her or something. But Jesus. Yeah, so in their eyes, like, the people that have been condemned that way are just condemned. They're done. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I think in the same way that Squid Game does, it does a good job in introducing us to the emotional stakes and building that foundation. We have all the key players, we have all their kind of emotional attachments and motivations going forward. I think, yeah, they've really got their finger on the trigger of these social issues, I think, you know, and asking these questions and really diving into these questions of society, whether it's Squid Game's kind of commentary, I guess, on capitalism, and Hellbound's commentary on, religion, morality, punishment, the justice system, capital punishment, that kind of thing. It all depends on how they do it going forward and how they deal with it and how they kind of present these arguments different ways. I think at the moment there's a lot going on. There's a lot of potential. I'm not going to comment too much about the CGI. Look, at the end of the day, I think Squid Game CGI, the little that they had in there wasn't that good either. It is what it is. It's a TV show. You know, what can you do? I think the CGI in this is more focal, whereas in Squid Game it wasn't. Obviously, it's way too hard to tell at the moment whether Hellbound is superior to Squid Game. I haven't seen enough of it. Yeah, there's some really intriguing ideas going on. All the stuff that I talked about, all these arguments of what is moral. Again, I think there's very much a thing of humans, or at least this cult, the new, whatever they're called, the new truth. Like I said before, applying their own narrative to events, which is interesting. And again, it doesn't seem necessarily to be God's will. It seems to be, it's very hell-centric, you know, which isn't necessarily God, right? At least according to the Bible. It's the devil and Lucifer and all that stuff. So I wonder if it digs deeper into that. It seems to be going deeper than just the aesthetic of hell and demons and that kind of thing. So I want things to be shaken up. I want things to be really shaken up. I want the cult to be shaken up. I want there to be a little bit of division with that. I want them to really just dive into the moral potential, I think, of the potential of this show in regards to morality and all the things that I've spoken about. But honestly, as a first episode, yeah, look, hey, it's slow in parts, but I think it needs to be, in the same way that I think the beginning, the first 2 episodes of Squid Game needed to be, because it needs to build up the foundation for things going forward. Something that I am interested in, obviously Squid Game had the gimmick of the Squid Game, you know, it had the games and, you know, you'd go into an episode and be like, oh, there's a game, I'm really excited. This doesn't have that. I guess there is an element of like, who's going to die next? Can they get out of it? What's the reason for it? You know, and I wonder if you can get out of it. That's another question, you know. It raises a lot of questions. Very intriguing first episode. I did enjoy this. There were times where I was just sat and I was like, you know, can we have another death, please? Personal taste, right? But yeah, I'm not sure how to go forward with this, actually. So if you've enjoyed this, if you want me to do a commentary like this on every single episode, please let me know. Put down in the comments if you want me to do that and really get to the bottom of whether it is superior or not to Squid Game. Yeah, you guys let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing, liking, hitting that notification button, and you will be notified when I next post, all that good stuff. And other than that, honestly, hopefully, I will see you next time.